Today, we're smoking and grilling.
With me, AB.
We're pulling out all the stops. We got a full barbecue spread for you guys. We got pork ribs, beef ribs, sausage, chicken, and all the fixings. Meet us in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. All right, you guys are invited to the cookout, as you can see, but don't come empty-handed. Let us know in the comments what you're gonna bring to the cookout. Right now, we're getting started on these ribs because they take the longest. AB's working the beef ribs. I'm gonna work the pork ribs.
Hey, you know what I'm looking at this, man? You give me the beef rib with all of this fat on the top of there, then I look at your pork ribs, I see you done already
Trimmed them up a little bit.
Yeah, nice, partner. Hey.
I gave you a knife, though.
Yeah, that's true. So, hey, one thing I will say is, I like the fact that they were still rigid, nice and cold.
Yep.
I look at this right here, and I want to take some of this off right here, right? So, we'll just
So you're gonna trim it, all of the fat off the top?
Not all of it. I just like to get some of this down here. Some of this thicker, you know what I mean? And then when I get down to that little slimy, I get rid of that too.
Okay.
It's just too much, you know, to put on there. And then because what we want to do is we want to form a bark, right? And then for those of you guys that don't know, listen, that's 2 parts of pepper, 1 part, salt, right? And I love using that kosher. But all of this right here, I just get rid of all of this.
All right, so while AB is prepping the beef ribs, I'm gonna go ahead and get the pork ribs started. So as he said, we already removed the membrane. For a binder, I'm using yellow mustard. You could also use hot sauce or olive oil, whatever floats your boat. Just rub that in, nice thin layer. What that's gonna do is help the seasoning stick to the ribs and create a bark. So for my first layer, I'm going down with all-purpose seasoning. It's a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Feel free to use whatever your favorite all-purpose seasoning is. And then the top coat is gonna be your favorite barbecue sauce. Today we're going with Killer Hog's V Barbecue Rub. Shout out to Malcolm Reed.
Shout out.
Great color, great flavor. Keep it nice and simple. So the ribs we're working with today are St. Louis cut. These are actually Champion Reserve, which I think they use in the barbecue competition. So I'm excited to try these. They're almost always sold out at the butcher shop. So I'll let you guys know if they're worth it.
So that was your hint right there, man.
Yeah, about 20 bucks a rack, so they're a little expensive. But since you're in town,
That's right.
we'll charge this to your credit card. So I'm gonna let that hang out for about an hour, really let the seasoning really absorb and penetrate into the meat. We want the flavor all the way down to the bone.
Now look, I'm gonna just talk about this part right here. You see, I tried to get down here where all that thick, that thick fat is. Mm-hmm. That stuff right there is not gonna really render down good,
That's
right?
gonna mess up your bark, right?
And then so now what I'm doing is running my finger across here right now. I'm looking for any of this little slimy stuff, you know what I mean? But I can tell you, sometimes I get caught up into this, man. I feel like I'm doing a competition, you know what I mean? And I'll be on this all day, you know what I mean? So for the backyard, this is it. We done got just about the gist of it, you know what I mean? That way I'm finna hit it with this little W sauce. Once I put that on there, that's gonna be my binder. W sauce, just like I said, right? Remember folks, we just doing a binder. That's all. You just need enough to coat them. That's why you can use mustard. And for all you guys out there keep talking about, man, I don't like mustard and all of that. I promise you, if you ate any of my ribs, whether it was at my restaurant or this one that I'm getting ready to open up, you know what we use. These right here gonna be nice.
Trimmed up, seasoned good.
Oh yeah.
Got the grill heated to 275 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and throw the beef and the pork ribs on right now.
All right.
All right, so while those ribs take a little smoke bath, we're gonna go ahead and prep our chicken. I have a clean chicken that we cut in half. We're gonna hit that with some avocado oil and season that up with my AP seasoning along with some barbecue seasoning as well. Don't be shy, make sure that bird is seasoned to perfection like you see right here. We're gonna throw that on the grill at 325, and now it's time to prep the sausage. We're gonna throw that on the grill with the ribs. I like to make these little cuts every half inch or so, that way they get some nice char and it's easier to serve. The sausage is gonna go on at 275 and it's gonna take about 45 minutes.
All right guys, so the pork ribs are perfect. The beef ribs are looking good. They're probing at about 170 degrees. You wanna see right there, when you start to see it bending but not breaking, that's how you know it's nice and tender. Also, when you touch it and the bark is set, that means it's a good time to go ahead and wrap the ribs.
Right.
So I'm gonna go meat side down.
Right, there you go. That's all I was gonna get ready to say.
I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more butter, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. A little more honey. Then I'm gonna get AB to hit me with the brown sugar right on top. A little apple juice and wrap it nice and tight. Get it back in the smoker.
Now we're getting ready to go ahead and do the beef. Now I gotta tell you this, I'm using butcher paper Because listen, I don't want to lose the bark. Some people like to say you can use, what is that, like foil or whatever. Yeah. It get too steamy in there. Butcher paper allows it still to breathe. And you know, when you get it nice and tight, it'll push through your cooking chamber.
It's like wrapping a Christmas present.
Almost.
All right, guys, no cookout or barbecue is complete without potato salad, so we're gonna make a quick version of potato salad.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it old school and pay homage to what? Nephew, uncle, we're gonna say big mama, right? So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut these down just the way she did. Now look, kids, don't try this at home, right? Notice how cautious I am. You know what I mean? I like to cut them just like she did. Cut them down. And then we come across, right? Like that.
There it is.
Big mama, that do good?
All right, so we got the mayo in there, a little Dijon mustard. I'm going in with some sweet relish. You can use dill relish if you don't want it to be sweet. I don't want your potato salad if you're using that, but about a good tablespoon or two of that. We got some diced onion and celery. I'm gonna get that in there. Add that to the party. A little apple cider vinegar, smoked paprika, chicken bouillon, AP seasoning. Taste it, make sure it's right. Get it in the fridge until it's ready to serve. All right, so we have our big green egg up to 300. I like it between 300 and 325. We're gonna go ahead and throw the chicken on the smoker about 45 minutes to an hour. Once the breast reaches 165 degrees internal temperature, it's perfect. All right, it's time for the moment of truth.
Hey, I see what you're doing right there, nephew. I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these beef ribs, and I'm just gonna shred this back like this, and get this going. Ooh, look at how that just comes apart.
That looks good.
Oh, yes, sir. Look at that bark.
We've been cooking all day. Here we go.
Moment of truth, huh?
My favorite part of the job.
Huh. Cheers, man. Yeah.
Bite through skin. She's juicy. She's juicy. As I have this sat for about an hour.
This right here fire, bro.
That's not bad.